Invincible is the only thing that I honestly give a fuck about, and I'm gonna not give a shit about anything
But I mean,
until Invincible is finished.
until it's
Because like, dude, yeah, because like, you know what, like, I'm gonna buy the compendiums, and honestly, I'm not gonna lie, dude, I kind of want to rewatch it just because of the, oh, sorry, not rewatch it,
reread it.
yeah, reread it because of this last episode, mostly because like I remember this, but I don't remember it well enough, and that bothers me, and I'm just like,
Yeah, but I think it's because
I'm
it's
like,
separated
what?
in all the different parts.
No, but like it's not though. Like I remember him, like I remember the events leading up to this episode, but everything that happens afterwards, I'm kind of like, oh yeah, that happened.
And what is up? Welcome back. It is Sunday night. You're here with the Average Boys podcast on your Sunday fun day as we get ready to establish another week of hard work or hard guide or hard grind into the next future part of your life or whatever you're going to be doing. So, guys, have a good week. We hope you guys are doing good. And what is up? I'm here with my co-host Triggs. Trigger, what is up, my dude?
What's going on, man? Just working, bro. Working.
Yeah. How was like your whole Thanksgiving and all that good stuff, man?
Dude, I slept. Like, I slept so hard, and like I make no apologies for that because, bro, I needed it, and I even took a nap before like I got in the show, and you know what, dude, I'm alright with that.
Very cool.
Alright with that.
And Thanksgiving, you didn't go out with your family, you didn't go eat and do all that good shit, or what?
Yeah, I did. Oh, I ended up going to Brownsville. That's where my one of my grandmothers lives, and she well, now my only grandmother. Yeah, so we went out there, you know, hung out and stuff like that, you know, saw some family. But dude, I was dog tired. And so I was just like, bro, wake me up when everyone gets here and when everyone starts eating. And so like it was probably like an hour that I was out or something like that. My mom wakes me up. She's like, all right, we're going to start eating. And I was like, hell yeah. So like I woke up, I ate for a little bit, you know, I didn't really talk to nobody. And like I was kind of just like, what's up?
Very
Peace.
cool.
And then like went right back to sleep. And yeah. And so like my dad was just like, hey, we're going to take off. And I was like, all right. So like I got up and they were like, where you been? And I was like, dude, I was asleep, man. I'm so sorry. They were like, you hungover? And I was like, nah, man, I'm just super fucking tired.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was Thanksgiving was pretty good. Got to spend it with my family. Got to see, of course, my nephew, my little sister's baby boy Nico, and went really good. I got to have a big ass bowl of macaroni, which is what I crave the most out of my entire existence of life. So macaroni was good. I got to see what the dreaded the red solidified juice of death, cranberries in a can or whatever.
Dude, I love cranberry sauce, bro.
Bro, you are
I love cranberry sauce.
You're
bro.
a crazy person. Why in the fuck would that be enticing to be like,
dude? Why does macaroni and cheese like excite you, dude?
Because it's cheese and noodles. It's like Alfredo, but like straight up.
Yeah, but it's not.
Can of cranberry stuff poured out, and then they slice it, and it's just, it even has the rivets, dude. It's like me and Brian were having this long egregious conversation of how it looks like spam, like, and Brian's like, I've never had spam before, and he never would, and it was a weird conversation.
Bro, first of all, Brian doesn't know what he's fucking missing with spam. Okay?
He doesn't know.
Yeah, dude, you don't fucking know, dude.
Never been to an Asian country.
Yeah, dude. You don't even fucking start with me, dude. Spam is the greatest fucking thing, dude. And it's on top of that, dude, like no shit, like you get spam, some good Oaxaca cheese, bro. That's a bomb ass quesadilla, dude.
Yeah.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah, and I even told him about You know how sometimes people will do like hot dogs and eggs, like weenies and eggs kind of shit. You cut up the little hot dogs and you fucking put them in your eggs and breakfast. He was like, "What
Sometimes,
the
yeah.
fuck is that?"
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
Brian's like, "What the fuck is that? No one has ever done that in my whole life."
Dude, have you seen those memes of Jeremy Allen or yeah, Jeremy Allen White and like he's in his like chef's robe and they're like when I make huevos con
Weenies.
weenies
Yeah,
or
weenies
when
and eggs.
or when I put weenies in my ramen or some shit like that.
Weenies and huevos and shit.
Yeah, dude, and I'm like, bro, fuck yeah.
Shout out to everybody in the comment section. Robert, Jeremy, Elizabeth, good to see you guys. Thank you guys for joining us again on this Sunday, on this beautiful Sunday. Hope you guys are doing good and hope your guys' Thanksgiving was awesome. Let us know in the comment section what was your favorite dish that you got to try out during your Thanksgiving with your family. Elizabeth says, after reading what about I have about Jackie Chan, I don't think I can support his new movie, and that makes me sad.
I think I think I know what like they may be referring to, but you know, because I did dig into that like into an aspect about Jackie Chan and like how a lot of people were like, "Hey man, f this guy," right?
Yeah.
And yeah, man, and if it's about his daughter, I get why people are upset, but like, dude, people took a lot of shit out of context. Like, I'm not at all defending Jackie Chan, but his daughter is also a huge piece of shit.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about Jackie Chan's situation because he is a part of something that's going on. But yeah, the first part of the conversation that we're gonna be talking about. Actually, you know what? Let's fucking get into that.
Yeah,
let's talk about it. So this
yeah.
past week, interesting conversation, interesting thing dropped. Jackie Chan made a trailer with Ralph Macchio, which is the guy behind the Karate Kid films.
Karate Kid.
The Karate Kid.
Yep.
So who do you consider? Do you consider okay? So this was a big thing to me. Did you ever consider Jackie Chan's The Karate Kid canon to the Karate Kid story?
Absolutely not.
Fuck no. Yeah,
Absolutely.
I always thought it was like some weird multiverse, some weird reboot, some weird.
Okay, that I didn't know about.
Oh, I don't know. You're gonna have to put in the comment section this because
they did. Yeah, the very last one.
Yeah. So, but it just says his CCP comments are a pass.
I don't know. Chinese Communist Party.
But what did he say or what?
I don't know, but if he's like supporting the CCP, then yeah, I could definitely understand why people are like, "Hey man, fuck this guy."
Well, you got to remember, Jackie Chan has always been a staple in the Chinese community, and he's been sponsored by the government for like since his. Yeah, I was gonna say that's why. That's why when you all were young and you were watching his movies and he's in a fucking helicopter or there's tanks or there's all this soldier, you got excited because he's a fucking super cop or whatever. That was because he's part of the Chinese Communistic Party or whatever, dude. Is because he's part of China. He's like a fucking staple. He's the Kylie Minogue of China, I guess you could say.
Kylie Minogue.
Yeah, he's like the fucking Chinese
dude. That makes me think. Yeah, I'm reading up on it now on Variety. It makes me think. Have you ever seen The Other Guys with Will Ferrell? And,
yeah, I always said that.
He's like, three things I like most in the world. He was like, was it Kylie Minogue? The dimples right just right above a woman's buttocks. And
Hong Kong,
the fear demands.
Was the Hong Kong situation where they were part of the British segment or something like that, where they had independence and stuff like that from China?
Yeah, until like the 70s or something like that.
Still the fucking coronavirus hit, and then everybody got fucking picked up and shit.
A little bit.
Yeah, because remember they were fighting. That was when the college students were fighting for that one area, weren't they? And I thought it was like Taiwan. But you did yourself a favor, Liz, not watching the Mulan movie because you just saved yourself an hour and 30 minutes of your life you'd never get back. It was fucking trash to begin with. It was trash to begin with.
It was like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, but trash.
Yeah, it's one of those things that Jackie Chan's always been a staple. Same thing with Jet Li. Jet Li's the same concept, but he's just a very quiet person. So he got to enjoy Western freedom, and that's all in one China. No, but did you see, like people got to realize that other countries are different from ours. That's like K-pop. like K-pop is a whole other thing too, where like all of these people that are in bands and K-pop bands that we all love to see and dance to at Target and Walmart and fucking let our kids all join little K-pop dance groups to do this. They treat those artists like shit, but they get to experience all this Western freedom too when they're out and about. But when they go back home, their asses are back in line and they do whatever they need to do to stay successful. But that's just representing the country because that's the way those ground rules are laid out. China's always been China, which I don't know. I think it's weird. Jet Li, I think, got a Canadian citizenship, though. I have no idea. I don't pay attention to Jet Li as much as some people do, I guess.
Oh man, I miss Jet Li, dude.
Don't we all? I mean, there was that one picture that went around. Do you remember that shit a while back where he looked like he was like 80 years old?
Yeah, bro, man.
And then all of a sudden you see him in the picture, Jackie Chan looks normal as fuck.
Yeah, dude. Homie aged like milk.
And then you see Donnie Yen in another photo, and he still looks like a fucking playboy, dude.
Yeah, like, dude. He still looks my age.
As old as them. Still looks like a fucking playboy.
Yeah, dude. He looks like my age.
Yeah. But the thing is like you have to remember all these guys that we're mentioning right now: Jackie Chan, Jet Li, Yun Bao, Sammo Young. They were all a part of the culture, and they were all a part of the entertainment right in China, which China kind of like allows the opportunity. That's like why you see, I don't know if you guys have ever seen Tricks. Have you ever seen this before?
Which one?
There are TikTok and social media factories in China.
I don't at all doubt that.
No, there are. I'm literally talking. So like they have like factories, like you can actually work for a third party company going in and just creating content until it picks up. Like sick. TikTok sweatshops, dude.
Sick, dude.
Yeah, there's this one break dancer that I follow called Barbin, which is a female popper. She's really, really good at her stuff. And she's in that factory setting like most of the time where she's just like going into the building and there's like, it's just a big warehouse, dude. Like, and I'm not talking like single story. I'm talking about multiple story warehouses with just set up like those selfie studios that they have down here. You ever see those selfie studios? Kind of like that, where it's just, but they go and they just create hours and hours and hours of content, hoping that something pops off, which is, that's the epitome of what China is when it comes to people. None of those people are trying to be successful because they want to be famous. They're trying to be successful because they want to be able to make enough money and live a life that they can provide for their families correctly because of the way that their government is, right? So like with the Jackie Chan situation, there was something with his daughter, wasn't it?
Well, that was like the like first, like I guess like hiccup, like when it came to Jackie Chan. Yeah, how there was like this video going around of like a girl who's like claiming to be his daughter, like watching like his old movies with him and stuff like that, and he's like tearing up. And then people were like, bro,
I saw that.
Bro, that's not even his daughter. Like, this guy's a piece of shit. He like denounced his daughter because she's a lesbian, and like
so that
if
wasn't
you like
even
dig,
his daughter.
Yeah, no, like if you like dig more into that, no, she is a paid actress. But the reason that he's actually not in good terms with his daughter is because she's like a huge piece of shit.
Okay, explain.
like you know how like you kind of have those like those valley girls down here who like always like to ask for money and stuff like that. And or always like, dad help me out, and they're like, after a while it's kind of just like, no, like do it yourself. Like I did it myself, why can't you do it yourself?
So that's what happened. Like, okay, so the exact same thing, if I'm not mistaken, happened to his son. So like
but not quite so dramatic, because his son is kind of just like, okay, fine, like I guess I'll do it. Yeah, like I guess I'll do it myself. Like with her, it's like, okay, you hate me because I'm a lesbian, and you're not gonna help me because you're a piece of shit. And like it just turned into like, well, I'm gonna let everyone know that you're a huge piece of shit. And like he was kind of just like, okay, dude, I guess.
He's like, I'm Jackie Chan, bitch.
Yeah, dude, I'm Jackie Chan. I'm Chun-Li, dude. Fuck you.
Drunken master, dude.
Yeah, dude, I'm Chun-Li. Like, really?
I'm Chun-Li, dude. Eat a dick. Yeah. That's super crazy, dude, because I do remember the situation that happened with his son like in 2015, where he was asked in an interview, like, you've acquired so much of your empire and your wealth. what are you planning to leave behind for your children? And he was
He was like,
nothing.
zero.
Look, I ain't leaving nothing.
Zero.
I mean, do you really think he's going to do that? Probably not. You know, he's going to probably leave them something in regards to like, you know, so that they're off and doing their own thing and they can at least, you know, he's not going to be a complete bitch about it. You know what I mean? Because that's like, that's out of character, man. Because he grew up with family when it came to the Chinese theater and all that stuff. But he's only known hard work. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But at the same time, because like he's known hard work, I can kind of see where it's like, hey man, like, you know, because like in Chinese culture, you like once a child is of age, they take care of the parents, you know, and stuff like that. And if you can't do that, then what good are you, sort of thing.
I kind of feel like Jackie Chan would be the guy that's like he sends them on a fucking quest or something.
Dude, honestly, I see him like just, you need to bring me the pelts of 3 dire wolves or something like that.
Yeah, he's gonna fucking be like, yo, dude, I'm gonna send you on an adventure, and he sends them like,
you have to bring me the staff of Sun Wukong, like, or some shit, dude.
That's what I feel he's gonna do, and then he's gonna be like, once you get there, it's gonna be like just a cup of water. And it's gonna be a meaning of like, oh, water is life. I get it, Dad. And then, you know, the fucking stare up, and he'll have a hole in the ceiling. Just so
and then it's not even that, dude. It's a cup of water and uncooked rice.
Yeah,
and you have to figure out how to cook your own.
Like, you can either drink the water or cook the rice. Yeah. You can't have both. That's gonna be Jackie Chan's fucking legacy for his kids.
Yeah, dude.
So like, I guess, okay, so the new thing was, well, no, the new thing in good news was that, you know, he made a trailer with Ralph Macchio that he'll be returning back to the Karate Kid franchise.
Yeah, somehow or another, they're in the same effing universe.
Yeah, because that really was a. But you know what? There was something about it that I was really excited for. Like just seeing Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio in the same, like, I mean, they probably weren't even in the same room. It looked like a green screen that they just put both characters next to or whatever.
Yeah.
But just to know that they both are going to be doing a film together as the Karate Kid, knowing that Ralph Macchio and Mr. Miyagi himself, Pat what?
Morita? No, yeah, Pat Morita, I think.
Yeah, Pat Morita. That none of them knew martial arts to begin with. Being that they're about to work with probably one of the most profound martial artists in the world.
Yeah, well, one of the most respected martial artists alive right now. You know.
So like, I can't wait. I can't wait. I think it's going to be a great movie. It's going to be fun.
Yeah. They better like be like, all right, so we're not gonna learn karate. Really? What are we gonna kung fu? If they don't say kung fu, I'm fucking over it, dude.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for that one part where Ralph Macchio goes, what are you doing, man? This isn't even kung fu. Like, this isn't even karate. This is what Mr. Miyagi says. This is kung fu. And he goes, but Mr. Miyagi's my homeboy, man. We grew up together or whatever. Check this shit out.
Man, I don't give a fuck, bro.
Yeah, man. What the fuck? Yeah, dude. It's going to be crazy. The only thing that they need left is they need that chick from, what, $1 Million Baby?
Oh, yeah, dude. I know who you're talking about. Because, like, I mean, even Daniel was referenced in the movie, like, once or twice or something like that.
Yeah, Hilary Swank.
Daniel-san.
Yeah, Hilary Swank, and she played, let me get her name real quick from the Karate Kid. Julie Pierce. Yeah, Hilary Swank, who played Julie Pierce.
Yeah, Hilary Swank, that's right.
Yeah, so that's kind of like one of the only people that we would need back. Michael Ironside, but did he pass away already?
No.
Let me check. So. Michael Ironside is fucking Rat Checks Roughnecks from fucking Starship Troopers, the old man. Yeah, he was like the villain in the film. Yeah, he's at 73 right now, 73 years old. Maybe he makes it. He would be a good return.
Dude, right?
Or not a good return, but just a good character to bring in Karate Kid. Because he correlates very well to that, like, ex-military, old school veteran Vietnam.
Well, I mean, at the end of season 5, I mean, what's his face is still alive. He fakes his own death. Remember?
Yeah, but dude, the fucking goddamn Karate Kid television show is so fucking.
Dude, I saw that coming, dude, from like 3 episodes away. I was like, bro, watch.
Could you imagine?
He's going to fake his death. He's gonna fake his death, and everybody was like, dude, no. Like he's dude, like it's not this kind of show. And I was like, bro, he's gonna fake his death. Watch. And then stab. And I was like, bro, I'm fucking telling you, he's faking his death. It's not real. That motherfucker is not real.
It's because you fucking look at it, it's like the Karate Kid franchise and the theme of the story is supposed to be very down to earth, very like, it's silly,
but even then, like, it was also really comedic. Like the the first two seasons were super comedic.
They're super comedic, but it's like one of those things, like it's very grounded. So like to see like in the last season there was a fucking sword fight in water with fire in the back, and they're fucking doing like a dude. I was like, get the fuck out of here! It's just a fucking
dude. After all, dude, no shit. Season 5 looked like something that you and I would have put together for a fucking student project. For like a student project,
schools, dude.
Yeah, dude.
In the back at like a Hyatt Regency or whatever, dude. Just at some lake, dude, just to do a sword fight.
And then Tyrone Woodley's in it and shit like that.
Oh yeah, like, MMA fighters and shit.
I was like, bro, for real. Dude, don't get me wrong. Like that's why I fuck with Cobra Kai so hard, because it's at this point it's turning into like what it was in the 80s. Yeah, because if it's not good, it's bad. But if it's bad, you better make it so bad that it's good, dude.
Super fucking bad.
Dude, it's so bad that it's great, dude. Like I'm talking, dude, I'm talking about Starboy. You know,
the main villain faked his own death and is returning. We still have the guy with the ponytail that's out there. That's like this conglomerate fucking villain in an 80s like 2D side scroller. And this guy, I think, would sit really well, Michael Ironside. That'd be really, really good.
Dude. I bet those two were like fucking like military buddies somewhere.
Yeah, you already
watch,
know.
Dude.
They already had it to where this guy saved the dude in the ponytail, but the guy with the ponytail had anger issues growing up or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, dude. Right? Yeah. Some shit like that.
Whatever. This guy's gonna be shit like that. Rat Checks, Roughnecks, fucking Rico's Roughnecks and shit from Starship Troopers. Yeah, fucking the infantry. Maybe the man I am today doesn't have an arm and shit.
You better shoot me.
Yeah, Rico, you know what to do. He just tells him to fucking shoot him anyways, dude. God damn it, dude. He's gonna be one of those like super gung-ho guys, just all over the top gung-ho. I can see that. And then for some reason, dude, he's a fucking pastor of a church, dude.
Yeah, dude, watch, yeah.
And he just has a super demonic
or like he's like a bagger at like a Walmart or something.
Like a Walmart or something. He's a manager greeter, door greeter. He just shakes everybody's hand.
Or like a Dollar General or some shit like that.
And he runs an underground fucking pit fighting club for no reason, dude.
Bum fights.
Yeah, bum fights.
Yes, I'm all about it now, dude. Elizabeth, please give us a little bit more details on what you're talking about.
I am super stoked about seeing Jackie Chan now join. But is it going to be question? Do you think since Jackie Chan is going to join into the Karate Kid, this should be more of a film or a TV series, or is it going to be a film? I think it's going to be a film. Right?
With someone like Jackie, you're going to want to make it a film. Like
because it's big enough, dude.
Yeah,
you're gonna get some funds, dude.
But with that being said, like it wouldn't be a bad idea to like cap off season 6 as like a film. Like make it a good 2.5 hour. Make it a good 2.5 hours, something like that. Fit what you need to in it. You know,
do the Filoni movie before.
Filoni,
the
sort of. Yeah,
Boba Fett.
Yeah, exactly. So some shit like that, and then boom, dude, fucking movie that shit up.
That'd be fucking badass. Yeah, I'm about it. I hope it's successful. That'd be really, really cool. It's good to see Jackie Chan coming back to the Karate Kid.
The Karate Fu Kid.
The Karate Who? The Karate Fu Kid.
Yeah.
That's funny, dude.
Cobra Fu.
In the comment section, we got a comment. Triggs, this is probably going to be closer to you. Says, are y'all going to discuss the upcoming Power Ranger novella? Random question. I know.
I unfortunately don't know anything about it, so if you could just give us a little bit of insight into that, I'll look it up real quick.
What's her name? Amy Jo Johnson is writing a story right now, and in that story, Oliver and Kimberly had a child, and it's supposed to be Olivia, which is the daughter of Jason David Frank. So she's kind of writing the story so that Jenna Frank can kind of take over from what her dad did.
To me, if that's the case, then I don't particularly like it, because that's what White Dragon is about. It's literally for Jenna.
For Jenna. See, and that's because I'm not really like a big fan of it all, because where does that put Jason David's Frank's other kids that were thrown out of his or pushed out of his life by the wife, by Tammy, because
Oh, dude.
he had previous children, and Tammy did not allow Jason David Frank a lot of communication unless it needed to be done. But she was very hardcore about him being just about Tammy and Jenna. So where does that put his other children? Like, why does that, even in the sense of the passing of Jason David Frank, why does that still allow it to be where they're still excommunicated from his life?
I mean, dude, you know that
You know what I'm
it's
saying,
just
right? I don't want to be a
it's
dick about it because it's a touchy subject. I understand that.
yeah, and it's kind of like one of those things where it's like, bro, like, you know, that's really gonna have to be behind, like between them, his estate and stuff like that. But like Jenna was very, very much in the forefront, and he was very much behind Jenna. You know, like
Because Tammy didn't allow him to be with his other daughters.
while that might be the case, like you still shouldn't like diminish like whatever Jenna's trying to do. Like whether she picks up acting after this, you know, or not, is a completely different.
This is a
thing.
really good Jackie Chan moment. Like, should it be where Jenna goes out and works her fucking ass off and get what her dad does? Or does she get like the handout because the mom makes it to where, you know, they want to just write her in because they want to still keep getting at that money or whatever?
Honestly, man, if she wants to make her own name,
She has to get out there.
yeah, she's gonna have to.
Yeah.
Because I mean, no offense to Boom Studios, but they're not gonna fucking cast her in, or they.
Yeah, she can't act.
I doubt that they have enough pull with Saban to like have her casted in the next fucking Power Rangers. You know,
Yeah, I
iteration.
mean, they have way more than enough money to do all that shit. You know what I mean? But if she can't pull her own weight, then why keep her?
Yeah.
know what I mean?
So
Elizabeth
I mean, like,
also says something that's very intriguing. That a lot of people, and I've heard this before, she says, I think Tammy was involved way more in his death, in my opinion.
I've heard
You've heard some stuff.
why. Oh yeah, dude. Like, I mean, him and Tammy were like fighting hours before.
Divorce.
Yeah.
Well, they were going through a divorce, and it was going really, really crazy. Jason David Frank himself was very torn by the divorce filings and all that stuff, and she did it in public at a con.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm aware.
What a horrible move. And you know what? You want to know something even crazier than that? You want to know, being that I am such an interesting fellow, I'm going to drop some cool knowledge. I have in my hands one of the only 2 copies of the preliminary comic of Ramsey Ramirez, Mr. South Texas Comic Com himself.
Oh wow.
So he told me that the only other person that has a copy of this was Jason David Frank.
Very nice, man.
Very
nice.
I'm having the honors of reading one of my best friend's comic books that he's promoting for himself and getting it out there. And I get to give a review of it so that way we can see what we can do to make it the best thing ever. So that's so cool.
Yeah,
so
man.
Cool. So cool. But yeah, I've heard a lot of things with that, but still, without getting into too many details, you know, it's still a sad
Dude,
thing.
he's only been gone a year, bro. He's only been gone a year.
Say, even bringing it up in conversation, it was the 1-year reunion of his passing, maybe like a couple of days ago, right?
Yeah,
So
like right before Thanksgiving. Yeah, it was like right before Thanksgiving or something like that.
It's wild that it's already been a year. How time flies, dude, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he is missed. He's still missed even to this day, and I think he'll be one of the bright shining stars in the community for a very, very long time. And people will some way try to find. I think they're going to try to find a very heartfelt way as to be able to work his story into the Power Rangers, because he's already initiated himself as a milestone in that comic and that story.
Oh yeah.
So
you know, absolutely.
Yeah, they'll do something honorable, very, very honorable for him. So we can just hope that it happens soon, man. Onwards to the next part of the conversation. We are jumping right into some Marvel and industry news, being that the first part is going to be Fantastic Four rumors. So, Triggs, did you hear about the Fantastic Four news?
Indeed, I have.
So, what is it? What do you know about it so far?
Well, one thing that I do know is that one of my favorite actresses of this new generation is possibly being casted as a villain or villainess in this movie. Yeah, and I am all about it, dude, because I've never really seen her in like a villain role. You know, like she doesn't really have like good guy, bad guy roles. I guess like the first one that you could really say was it The Witch or something like that. The same guy who made The Northman, he was also the same one who casted her in The Witch or something like that. And I mean, I guess that could be like a villain role somewhat, because like towards the end, like you find out that she kind of is a witch or whatever. But yeah, dude, like I'm about it, man. She's a fantastic actress. Fantastic.
Oh yeah,
actress.
most def.
Like, and if anyone has ever seen The Northman, or hasn't seen The Northman, watch that movie. Alexander Skarsgård, brilliant performance. Anya Taylor Joy, just fantastic. Just a fucking scene stealer in that movie.
Yeah, but it's so good. Oh, you also have Unbreakable, no? The Unbreakable series.
Yeah.
What was it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Unbreakable. She was.
I'm just not used to her being a brunette, so yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's I forget that it's her because yeah, she's a brunette in those movies.
So, from what we've heard so far for the Fantastic Four movie is Anna Taylor-Joy, right?
Yeah.
She has been rumored and casted as one of the Fantastic Four villains. Now, and also the other rumor is there's very, very small ounces that Galactus is going to be making his Marvel appearance in the Fantastic Four movie, which is a pretty common character to see in the Fantastic Four universe arcs and comics, and not even it being where he's like just this overbearing giant creature in space that attacks Earth, but like almost like a I don't know, like an anti-hero villain character that just kind of shows up sometimes, that they just kind of chill out with sometimes. Like, it's not even him like being a bad guy. It's just them being like, oh, hey, Galactus, what's up? Came to visit you today kind of shit, right?
Well, as of late, that it's turned into like, oh, we're doing something out in space, and then Galactus is like, oh, hey,
fine, I'll join you.
I heard that this was going on right now. What's going on? Like, bro, you tell us, man. You're like a universal constant. Like, you know, it's really he was the devourer, and then he was not the devourer, and then he had a kid, and and he's a life bringer, and now he's a devourer again. And dude, I don't know, man. Like, they're doing a lot of shit with this character. And I remember when that guy, like, if he ever showed up on a panel, you paid attention. Now it's kind of like he shows up, and it's kind of like, hey, man.
Yeah, he's just an everyday dude now.
Yeah, hey, man.
He's just an everyday character in the comic books, and that's kind of
he's starting to become the Beyonder, bro. Like,
I've heard.
They're starting to make the Beyonder just like him.
Yeah, I've heard about all this stuff that they're doing right now with the Beyonder. I've heard all the stuff that they're doing with the multiversal Avengers core, the Thor core, and all this other stuff. I kind of like, I've been hearing about it, and it's interesting, but at the same time, kind of confusing because they've been pre-existing characters that have never been this way before. Now they are out of nowhere. Kind of doesn't make sense, but this is the way comic books are. That's the way I kind of just set it up to be. Like, sometimes they're weird, but they have a lot of continuity you got to play with, and sometimes things get canonized and retconned and all that stuff. So from what I've heard is that there's a lot of people that are talking about Anna Taylor-Joy's character is going to be the Human Torch, rebranded and regendered as a female. Do you think that's true?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
No, I don't.
Yeah, I don't think so
and I say that not because I'm like just like not woke or something like that. I say that because like, yeah, I have a feeling that they're gonna kind of do a small little thing that they did in the last Fantastic Four movie, and they're gonna make him black.
Oh, you're talking about the worthy one or something like that?
No.
He's the one that fights the final Thanos, right?
Yeah.
And he's at the end of time. Well, actually, I think there's a character that was going on for a while who was a herald that her name was Nova, and her character's name was Frankie Ray. If you guys look her up, she's in a couple of the Silver Surfer comic books way back in the day. Um, very much like the Silver Surfer, but it has the power of fire as her thing. I kind of feel like that's who she's going to be portraying, because I think Norman Rad or Norman Red or what's his name?
Norrin Rad.
Yeah, Norman Rad, right? Like I feel like his character is too iconic to be able to just be changed to just any character. I believe like when you look at it, he's synonymous to the Marvel universe, like Spider-Man. Like you can't change Peter Parker into just a female and run it that way. You'd have to like do everything like the running through hoops and resetting and rejuvenating all these other characters.
Dude, with the way that they do things, I'm not even like gonna put it past anybody doing things like that.
It'd be really weird, man. It'd be really, really weird.
We've seen weirder.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I mean, dude,
this is the only reason why I say what I say, because I'm like, bro, I'm just saying, man, like I see that happening, or I can see that happening.
That'd be shit if they did that. Cause like this character never got any fucking traction. And if I'm not mistaken, if I look up, let me see, Silver Surfer. Oh, I said black. Yeah, Silver Surfer in black, right? I think his name is yeah, it's this black character, right? But I want to say like he had like a specific name that that Thanos gave him in the end. But there's a whole book about him.
Mm-hmm.
If you go back to what was that Thanos comic, dude? The one that it's like Thanos, like the best Thanos ever. Bullshit.
I know who you're talking about. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, Thanos kills the Marvel Universe. The Mad Titan, yeah. It's just called Thanos Mad Titan. Yeah, and in that story, he shows up and he's supposed to be like the worthy one, or I forgot what they call him. But yo, what's up, Wrong Hole Rick? Good to see you in the comment section, my dude. And he says, I heard the Silver Surfer is supposed to be a woman. That's exactly what we're talking about right now. I think the characters that I think there's two debates, right? Or not debates, but there's two ideas. One, they're going to reinvigorate this old 80s character named the Nova character, Frankie Ray or Frankie Ritchie or whatever her name was. She was a
just give me the real Nova. I don't give a fuck about any of that.
But you see, like they can't make the real Nova a Herald of Galactus for no reason. You know what I mean? Like, it would kind of suck if that's how they brought him in. And you know what? I'm even more upset that they were trying to do. They gave Captain Marvel the Annihilus name as the Annihilator and all this other shit. I was so fucking livid that they were doing that, because the Annihilus wave deserves like its own like story. That's what I believe.
I mean, I still think it's gonna have one.
I think it's done. Yeah. I think we're gonna get a reboot and we're never gonna get close to it. I think maybe in the next iteration of Marvel, but not right now.
Well, even then, I mean, like the Annihilus wave was more of a Fantastic Four thing, you know, than anything else anyway.
You know, okay, so in the comment section, Wrong Hole Rick, he's going by a different name called the Aristocrat Yeti, which is cool. I love his name changes every week. They're always good.
Yeah.
But it's Wrong Hole Rick, our boy. He says something that's very interesting, which is I'm about to give up on the MCU. Right now, with the way the MCU's been going and how it's been handled in this last phase of comics and stuff like that, or movies.
And I don't blame him.
I don't blame him at all, dude. Like I don't blame him at all. Like, and it's nothing about agreeing or disagreeing with like a woke narrative or not, or being a part of like something. It's like,
no, it's just a completely lackluster. It was very, very lackluster, and well, they're paying for it. I mean, look at the Marvel, dude. A 78%. You know, 79% drop off.
Even worse. I was trying to give him 1 point, dude. That's hard, man. Bro. That's hard. And you know what? It's even crazier because I was getting shit on the week before that for liking Five Nights at Freddy's. And then fucking Five Nights at Freddy's breaks like $280 million.
Oh yeah, dude. I guarantee you, if the Marvels ever got like like that like opening weekend.
And that's the thing. Like that movie itself was like 230 million, and it only made like 41, 45 million, I think, from what I've heard. Right?
I'm actually looking up
Yeah, yeah.
their box office stuff.
Like, and that's the thing is people cannot.
They made
argue
187 million globally their opening weekend.
Yeah,
But yeah, dude, they're barely gonna break even on that.
yeah, that's not even good. No, because
Yeah.
they're not even breaking even. They're under the break even part. They're
No,
supposed to
like
make,
through its
200.
whole 6 week or like 6 week 10 week run. They're gonna have to extend out to 10 weeks to make up that money.
To make up that money.
Yeah, but yeah, dude, I guarantee you, like this is really gonna fuck their shit up.
Yeah, it's super fucking bonkers to me because it's like I said, like I was there telling people that Five Nights at Freddy's, even though it was released the same time on a streaming service, the exact same time for free for anybody to watch it on a streaming service, it still made more money than this movie. Like, and nobody can complain and be like, "Nah, well, it's because Five Nights at Freddy's has a bigger fan base." And it's like, bitch, this is Marvel.
Wrong.
This is Marvel and fucking Disney. You can't go against that. Like, there's no argument except for the fact that it's just people did not want it.
Yeah.
People did not want it. And then you even hear that the director was like, she even said, quote, "The only reason why I took this job is to pay my student loans." And then the other one was, I had other commitments that I had to be a part of. That's why I had to leave the production several times. Like, who do you know in history would ever leave the production for a Marvel movie to go do some other movie? Which is this is the chick that made the new Candyman movie. That's the only thing she has credit. That's the only regular movie that she has credit for, practically.
I don't know. I could see like Martin Scorsese, like, hey, you guys got this, right?
He wouldn't do Marvel. He's already shit on it so many times. I just saw
that today he's gonna do Marvel, dude. Watch. He's gonna do Marvel.
They're gonna make it. It's gonna be like the Brave New World movie or something.
Yeah, dude.
I'll tell you what. I'll totally watch it. And I was just talking about this yesterday with Christella, right? My roommate. If they were to do a Baron Zemo film and bring him back, they need Martin Scorsese as a director. Like, Baron Zemo is probably one of the best thing that's ever come out of this whole phase of comic book movies. Like, that character was just truly amazing,
dude. His character development was A1.
It was perfect, dude.
Yeah, dude, it was A1. Like, so if anyone was like, I don't know about like Baron Zemo, I'd have been like, hey man, like he was a meme for like 6 months. You're aware of that,
dude,
right?
His whole dance sequence was just like its own part of the film.
Yeah.
Not only that, when he did his costume debut, and it was like comic book accurate.
Yeah,
like, that was perfect. That was perfect. That was exactly what we need from Marvel. That was like the Daredevil film. Like when the Daredevil like released his comic book accurate.
Dude, speaking of, man, how are you feeling about kind of off topic but sort of on topic with Charlie Cox getting his original Daredevil costume back in Echo?
Oh, dude, fuck yeah. Why would I not be excited for that?
Dude.
You know, and that was because a while back, I don't know if you remember, people were asking Kevin Feige about the Netflix series, and he was kind of like talking down on him that he didn't really care for him. But I think he just has to know and step aside and understand when you see a masterpiece, you can't fuck with it. Like, you got to kind of like with the development of those characters and the way they establish the comics, and you just can't fuck around with that costume. That costume's perfect. Like, it's perfect for a Daredevil costume. It even looked cooler than the Ben Affleck.
And it looked functional. Yeah, and it looked very functional. You know what I mean? Like, it looked like something that, like, if I wanted to go fight crime in, that's what I would want to wear.
Yeah, that's what I would want to wear. Yeah, that's what I would wear. Even if you colored it fucking mustard and ketchup colors, like She-Hulk, I would totally fucking wear that shit. Yeah, that was amazing, dude. That really was. But yeah, going back to the Fantastic Four story. So the reason why it's even in conversation and it's kind of like blowing my mind is because, one, you know, I've been telling you this for a long while, because I know how big a fan you are, and you know how big a fan I am of the Secret Wars comics, right?
Bro.
And I told you a long time ago, there's no way that Kang works. They're going to need Doom.
I knew that too. I was like, and like every time like everyone like anyone brings up Secret Wars around me, and like no disrespect to anyone, is I kind of tune it out because I know not that I'm gonna dislike what I'm gonna hear, but I know that what I would like to see is not gonna happen.
The
So like
opposite, man. It's not going to be what we want.
yeah, like I'm like going into this mentally preparing last year that like I'm not gonna get this.
George Bryan is, I believe, working right now. He has a gig that he's doing on Sunday nights, so we'll have opportunities to have him on and off. But right now, he is at work right now, man, making a bunch of that extra cash. I don't think he's stripping right now, but he's good.
Yeah.
So he's all right. Stripping Brian. But yeah, I remember us talking about it, and you know, I'm a strong believer in telling people, like, first off, with the announcement, like it's almost like the way Wrongho Rick says in the comment section. The announcement of Kang the Conqueror as a villain in the Marvel universe, I was not for it. And the reason why is at that time in comic book history, at the time that they announced it, no one had literally written a really good definitive story for Kang the Conqueror. And the reason why is because if you're going to create a character who dwells in the multiverse, you have to be very careful with what you do because everything gets convoluted real quick. And I think we're seeing that prominently already in the Marvel universe with the way it is, where they're doing, they did Kang the Conqueror in Quantumania. They did all the 3 characters at the end of that film, including the Council of Kangs. And then when we had Victor Timely in this one, in the Loki series, that's brought in, given the book, who wasn't even technically, I mean, yes, he was smart in engineering, but he did not become Kang the Conqueror on his own. He was nurtured into being Kang the Conqueror by Kang the Conqueror himself, which that already kind of goes against like the whole rule of Kang of, you know, you're not your own grandpa or whatever. So it's you know, the idea of Kang the Conqueror was very far-fetched. And then when I heard that Marvel was considering making the Quantumania Kang into the Beyonder, I was almost checked out because that was probably the stupidest thing in my opinion. And then I knew they weren't going to introduce like Owen Reese and like all these characters that are so prominent in the Marvel universe. And then yeah, and now here we are. I would say, you know, 3 or 4 years before Secret Invasion and Secret Wars comes out, and Marvel is feeling the pressure enough that they are saying that the ending of Loki, I don't know if you heard about this. This was this past week. That Loki, the ending kind of ends the idea that we need Kang beyond this. Did you hear about this or no?
Yeah, I did.
So
and I was kind of just like, I was kind of just like, I mean, I guess we'll see what happens.
Yeah, because at the end of Quantum Mania, Kang the Conqueror is baffled by a group of ants and a dude that can fist fight him and throw him into a reactor or whatever. And then now we have Loki, who literally used the Kang his entire own way and then outsmarted the Kang at the end of time. And then he got even more power than that character to then be the person who sits at the throne of time. And this, I don't know, this, what do they call him? The god of stories or the god of whatever, dude.
Yeah, the god of stories.
Yeah, that's not even a thing. But like, yeah, then he was definitively able to stop Victor Timely from being created. So then you don't even have a Victor Timely character anymore. And the TVA now hunts Kang the Conquerors. You know, that kind of correlates to the idea of like, okay, cool. Well, then Kang's taken care of, kind of not like in a great storytelling factor, because if you don't watch the Loki story and you just watch the movies as a film person, are you going to be like, yo, whatever happened to that villain guy that they were going to bring out? What was his name? Kang? You know, he was supposed to be like the big baddie of this year. Like, where did he go? And then someone goes, oh no, they killed him off in a television show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's going to be stupid for them to do. But I think it gets overlapped if they do bring out Doom. I think Doom would be a great villain. I think he'd be like a saving grace, but with the way they're writing right now, I don't think they save shit. I don't think they save anything.
dude, if you're gonna put in Doom, you got to do it right. You got to do it right. You know, like it's really, really gonna have to be like one of those things that, like, if you're gonna take as good a care of Fantastic Four as like you should, you know, with them being the first family of comic books and stuff like that, that, you know, like you're gonna introduce Doom, it has to be done correctly, and it has to be in like one of those manners where like everything has a purpose. I'm not gonna say like, I mean, actually, you know what, fuck it, dude, I will say it. You know what, dude, just get Jonathan Hickman to write your script.
That would be fucking fantastic. I don't know why they don't do that shit in the first place, but I think it's because those guys don't write scripts. They only write.
No, yeah. That's a different kind of writing.
Yeah, that's what I think is going on. But they can do so much, though, man. Like, there's a lot of things.
Yeah, but if you got Jonathan Hickman in your fucking war room, helping your writers,
helping
write
you
a script.
Yeah, you don't ruin shit.
Yeah, I would be like, yeah, dude, this is, you know, helped partially, you know, in like by fucking Jonathan Hickman. I would be like, okay, so when does this come out?
Yeah, you'd be like, I'm excited again.
Yeah,
I'm excited. Yeah, most definitely. I'd be super excited for it. But how do you feel about, like, going back to the whole thing? Like, how do you feel about them if they do that? They turn Norman Rad into a woman.
I don't think that they're gonna turn Norman Rad into a woman. I don't. I have a feeling they're gonna make Anya Taylor-Joy's character a completely brand new character.
Okay, that makes sense.
I see that
going to be like that Nova character or whatnot.
No, I kind of see her being as like the Dar-Ben of like the Marvels.
Oof,
like,
that's not a good call though.
Well, not in the sense that like, not in the sense that they're gonna like fuck her shit up, because I really hope they don't. But she's an unknown, like an unknown character, completely brand new for the movie. You know what I mean?
Okay, I can see that.
See, dude, even Wrong Hole Rick is like, bro, yeah, Hickman in a writing room. That's say less.
And how do you feel about them? Of course, what the fans? Because I haven't heard anybody in the production or the show calling this Loki, the god of stories. How do you feel about them making him Avenger Prime?
I have a feeling that won't happen, but I've been wrong before.
I kind of know what you mean. Like, I have a feeling they're not going to go that far, because then you'd have to get like really deep cuts.
Yeah.
And I don't think they're even going to be able to touch base on that.
Yeah.
Much less explaining what the god of stories even means.
Exactly. And then on top of that, like, you know, I mean, I love Tom Hiddleston to death, dude. But like, he's already kind of like come out and said like, yeah, dude, like
this is it, right?
Yeah, this is it for me. This is my swan song or whatever. I kind of
heard that the only other way that he's gonna make his return is for like he gets to run into Thor again.
Yeah,
yeah, that's the only thing
which if that happens, fucking by all means, dude. Yeah,
go for it. I think that would be a cool idea. Like, especially if Thor, like, that would be scenario time, right? That would be they're in Secret Wars. You know, the big war in Secret Wars is happening at the very end.
Yeah, right. I mean, like, if we're gonna go full speculation mode, fine. Let's go speculation mode. Right.
This is where I would see it happening, right?
Yeah,
you have
absolutely.
The thing as the wall coming out to throw hands with Galactus. You have Submariner and Black Panther coming out of the portal with the zombies, the Marvel zombies characters. You know, with the fucking Infinity Gauntlet. Yeah, the Infinity Gauntlet fighting with Galactus or fighting with Doom. Then you have Thanos, the original Thanos, stepping up to Doom, telling him he's just a man. How could he act like a god? He's never had that power. Give it up and give it to me, because I've always been a god and that's my seat. And then he fucking grabs his spine. You have all the generals and all the Apocalypses fighting and all this fighting the Thors and Mr. Sinisters, and you have your fucking Maxis the Mad, you know, causing ruckuses and all this Black Bolt and all this stuff. And then that's where I would eventually, during that time, you see a portal open up and Thor's fighting someone and Loki comes out and he's all with his cool helmet and Thor's like, Loki? And he's like, brother, I can explain. You know what I mean? Like, I could see that. and then they fight amongst side, and that's when they get the upper hand and blah blah blah. You know, they needed that one push to win. I could see that happening, but will they do it? No, because I would have seen Infinity Wars ending a different way also with the way they handled the Hulk, which they didn't do. But yeah, simple wishing until they fix their shit. For now, yeah, the rumor is Anthony Taylor Joy is going to be in the Fantastic Four as a new villain. A lot of people are speculating that she is supposed to be a new variation of, or a close variation to the Silver Surfer, who is in rumor to be gender bend. If they do it, I don't know. I don't know what to think, but we'll have to see when we get there. They haven't hit it right yet. You know what I mean? Every time they try to do this like gender bending shit, they never hit it good. So
That's
we'll let
true.
them. We'll see if they fuck it up again or they knock it out of the park and they do some good. I have two questions, of course, in the comment section that I want to just, or one question for sure. We already talked about the Avenger Prime one, but Elizabeth asks, would Kang be addressed in Deadpool at all? It's a good question.
Dude, this is one of those things where, like, if they do, cool. If they don't, I mean, like, are you really going to be that mad?
Well, if they were going to address anything Easter egg wise in Deadpool, because I mean, yeah, we already kind of heard all the craziness, right? Which, if they're going to do another thing that they want to hit like Infinity War, I think Deadpool would be the greatest way on how to do all these cameos. And I don't even think these actors are getting involved in this movie because it's an acting gig. I think they're doing it because they want to have fun with Ryan Reynolds. So, like, that's why I think all of them are cameoing in the first place. But what would be your favorite comic book Easter egg if they did it in the comics? If they did it from the comics into the movie, I'm sorry.
Too many.
There would be like one of, I'll tell you one of them right now. Mine would be that his girlfriend in the first film, like in some weird ass way, they both run into Thanos and he calls her Lady Death. And that's when you realize that Thanos did snap Deadpool's immortality. You know what I mean? Do you remember that? Do you remember that concept where he had like cancer, but apparently like to keep him away from Lady Death? Like if one of the parts of him like going to see Lady Death, Thanos appeared in that sting, and you realize that the girlfriend, I forgot her name from the first movie or the second movie, that she's actually Lady Death.
I think her name's Vanessa.
Vanessa, yeah, if it's Vanessa, like that would be, which is even funnier because that's Kingpin's wife's name. It would be really, really funny if like they went back to that apartment where he always goes to when he's about to die, and for some reason you see Thanos there, like grabbing him and throwing him back into like reality, and being like, "I'll never let you see Lady Death," and then you're kind of like, "Fuck yeah, Thanos knows who Deadpool is." Like Jeff, it's Jeff Brolin, dude. Like they already did the other fucking movie together. You know what I mean? Like that's what's even more funnier is just Brolin is like he's already worked with him, and they've already made fun of Thanos like a million times in that movie. So like to have him come out in that scene as Thanos, like fucking up his like, you know, his healing factor to make him practically immortal in the MC, dude, that would be so fucking G, dude. That'd be so G to me. I don't even know why.
Yeah, dude, like for me, like it's kind of just like one of those things where like I'm just like, you know what, dude, like just don't fuck it up. Like,
would it be like a maybe like a Spider-Man reference? Or like a Deadpool? No, not Deadpool. What is this? Slade? Deathstroke reference? Like, would that be a happy thing?
No, like, dude, if they brought up how he killed the Phoenix, like if he happened to like brought up how he killed Dark Phoenix, you know, in either the comic books or the movies, I'd laugh.
That'd be pretty funny.
I would be like,
yeah, that'd be pretty funny.
Hey, they said it. They said the thing.
Or even if he mentions how he took out the Avengers in the Deadpool takes out the Marvel Universe comic where he turned all the fucking Pym particles into coffee or whatever.
Yeah.
And he fucking just exploded everybody or just blew everybody up because he put a bunch of like Pym particles with explosives in their coffee in the morning and just blew them all up in their conference room. Like just something silly, dude. That's all I would want. Just something silly. Or if he made fun of Rob Liefeld. Like out loud, just be like, well, thank God we don't have any pouches or whatever.
Or if they made fun of like Bob Chapek.
Bob Chapek, right? That'd be funny too. All right, man. On to the next conversation. Good to hear that Deadpool's coming back to production too, man. Um, yeah, well, Deadpool starts its production for it to come back, which is a good segue to us for how to talk about it. How do you feel about the production coming back, and what are we looking at for a time period?
It's a week early now, sometime in March 2024.
Nice, dude. That's like, yeah, man. That's
6 months. It's like 6 months from now, dude.
Yeah, man. Like 4 or 5 months. Yeah, 6 months. That's super cool, man. Can't wait. Yeah, that's already exciting. Deadpool's probably going to be one of the most anticipated. I think that's going to be where they like make their major sales.
Oh
I
yeah,
think Deadpool's going to be the next fucking film for sure. Everybody's going to be clamoring to go see that. That's a good call. Onward into our next conversation. What do you think? Did you hear about this past week? This is going to be Star Wars news for anybody that's out there listening. Dave Filoni is now,
Star Wars.
Dave Filoni is now the chief creative member of the Star Wars universe. How do we feel about this?
I'm about it, dude.
Yeah, Dave Filoni. I mean, other than what they did with Ahsoka, which was kind of not too bad, but
for me, it was what they did with the last season of Mando.
The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that was like the only like real lackluster thing that they've done.
Yeah. As long as it's not like Boba Fett, that's all I want.
Yeah, dude, please, for the fucking love of God.
The last series, the Ahsoka Tano series, was kind of a lackluster performance. Most of the characters did very well, bringing the story out in the open and bringing it to life. Of course, Balin was probably the best thing that came out of that series, but the actor,
unfortunately,
Stevenson, right?
Yeah,
Joe Stevenson,
Ray Stevenson
passed away. So we'll have to see what they do with the character, which is still going to be pressured on through, which was left on a big cliffhanger. Rosario Dawson, all the other characters that brought in, all the other characters are really good. We got Ezra Bridges back, which was very underwhelming for a character like that in that nature to be brought back in such a lackluster return. But the series overall, 6, 5, maybe halfway. You know, could it be better? Yeah, I think when they establish it with the Mandalorian, it'll probably be better. But of course, like Dave Filoni has been doing. You know what? Let me take a step back on this. I think a lot of people nowadays, because of the big divide in politics and everything, a lot of people are very cynical and critical about a lot of the things that are coming out nowadays in entertainment. Because what they're doing is they are critiquing with the idea and the value of their political thoughts, and it kind of removes the idea of what it's like to have fun at the cinema. Because a lot of people psychologically care about having their validation, which will be. Let me just put an example out there. If you ever find yourself watching reaction videos just to see if someone reacts to something the exact same place you reacted at in a film or a song, or establish themselves emotionally in the same way, so that way you can feel valued in your opinion at that moment. It kind of feels like most of the time this is how we establish ourselves when we watch our YouTubes and our critics when they go after films and stuff. It's not really necessarily about people having a degree or some type of skill in these performance arts anymore. It's now everybody and anybody leaving their opinion, and if you like it, you don't. It's whatnot. Like us, we've established this before. It's even in our name. You know, we're just a bunch of average guys talking about this stuff. You'll see that there's certain times where, like me, myself, or Trigger, or Brian, or even Michael Betancourt, or anybody will have a higher IQ at a certain conversation or point in piece that we want to give our opinion on and our critique. But nonetheless, you know, we respect the arts. And I think what we're getting with Star Wars right now in the last like 2 or 3 years is better than what we got in the last 3 Star Wars films. That's not undermining the fact that I think Kylo Ren was a great character. that I think Ray did a great job as an actress, even though her character was kind of written a little too OP, or even Finn's character, who was the comedic relief, and stuff like that. Not taking away from anything that those individual characters brought to the story, but the writing was kind of off the wall. But these last shows have brought, I believe, Star Wars back to Star Wars. If that makes any sense. Does that make sense?
I think it has the potential to.
I think it's been doing well in the regards of like, hey, look, it's these characters. Remember these characters from the back in the day, the characters that you grew up with? Look, it's these guys. How they're writing them out, you know, it's still kind of like, it's still very gooey. But these characters that we're getting right now that we're comfortable with, that we want to kind of have a legitimate ending, I care more about than I did with any of the characters in the last trilogy. Like, knowing that I know what happened to Boba Fett was cooler than what I knew what happened to Finn in the second movie, or Rose, or whatever. Does that make sense?
For me, it's all of these is that like none of them got to live up to their potential. Like whether, you know, writing wise, or, you know, continuity wise, you know. And it was just one of those things where it was like, dude, if you're gonna do this, then go all the way. You know, like don't like make it so lackluster to where you're gonna introduce a stormtrooper with force sensitivity and do literally nothing.
Absolutely nothing with it, right?
Yeah.
Until like the very last 20 minutes of the film when he's running.
And even then, like, it was like
why does he do this now?
Yeah, it was a blip on the screen of like the potentiality of all of that. And it
even
was just,
knowing that there was like a congregation of stormtroopers who rebelled the same way.
Yeah, there
and
was
you got
just
nothing from it.
It was such a fucking letdown. And that's it for me, dude. Like, dude, if you're going to, sick, fuck, go for it. But I'm telling you right now, do, like, if you're gonna give these characters so much potential, fucking make them live up to it, dude.
That was like the equivalence to that desert scene when Finn and Rey were going into the sand, and Finn was like,
"Oh yeah, I have something to tell you."
Next scene, they survive. They survived that scene, and she was like, or what is it? Poe was like, "Oh hey, well, there was something you wanted to tell to Rey. What is it that you want?" And he was like, "Never mind." It's like, why did we never return to that? We never returned to that.
Yeah,
that was the most like, that was like the blue milk Chi-Chi thing from the other episode. Like, why? Why is that one creature there? And is it like Luke Skywalker's keeping it alive to suck its tit? Like, that's why this character is there. It's weird.
He probably was, dude.
Oh, you know he was, dude. He was a freak, dude. Did you see the way he turned around and drank that milk? He's a freak, dude. Freak in the sheets. Freaking didn't even wipe it off his beard or nothing. And then the other biggest thing to me that was the biggest letdown, which was the most exciting part of the story, was that racing world that Rose and Finn went to. And then they had the whole speech of like these elitist people that had been screwing over both sides of the Force and the dark side. And they were selling weapons and making money. And they're like in casinos and like, dude, that's like the second time in Star Wars history that that's happened, where they established that there's like a Coruscant, where there's like a planet full of like rich people in the universe that are all like aristocrats, and that there's like an undermining political like situation other than the dark side, than like Palpatine and all these other guys that, yeah, those guys want to conquer and be the emperor and all this shit. But there's a group of other people that are like the Trade Federation that are out there fucking trading all the weapons and things, that are out there making millions and being elitists and shit. And they never got touched on.
Fucking Kathleen Kennedy, dude. Gotta love it.
You remember that, right? Tell me you remember that. And do you remember, like, that was almost like a whole entire daunting scenario from the prequels. The prequels was very political. A lot of people out there trying to get their arms in the race of being like some type of politician or some type of person in society, that they were like elitists. That was the whole prequel story. That had potential to kind of like marry the original movies and then the prequels into the third film. Like it had a lot of potential. Had a lot of potential, man. But even Captain Phasma, dude. Captain
Yeah, dude,
Phasma was
yeah, I mean, she lasted 2 movies.
that she was, and even in both films, she didn't do shit. One of them, she was a joke. Second one, she was just a part of the background that gets shot into a hole or something. Like, geez, man, that was crazy. Fucking crazy. But yeah, how do we feel about Dave Filoni being the chief creative? Is this something to be excited about? You know, we talked about Kathleen Kennedy getting fired and Dave Filoni finally taking over.
He's done more good for the Star Wars franchise and name than Kathleen Kennedy has done in her entire tenure.
So it's something to be excited about, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I would.
Yeah, because where does this put us? Because Kathleen Kennedy's contract is supposed to be up in January.
Yeah.
And our thought was Dave Filoni was eventually, she was going to get fired, like right before she finishes her contract, just get fired. And they were going to bring up Dave Filoni. But now here we are. He's now the chief creative, which puts him like kind of like in the creative process of all the Star Wars universe. So I think we're in better hands than it was when it was with Kathleen Kennedy. No more Panderverse. Dude, South Park can rest. South Park can rest. Did you ever see that episode?
No.
No, I didn't get to watch it either, man. I heard it's pretty good. But onwards to the last part of our conversation, Triggs. Are you excited?
Indeed. Dude, let's do it, bro.
The last part of our show is going to be, of course, a recap of Invincible Season 2, Episode 4. Triggs, did you get to watch it?
Ugh. Damn right I did.
Hell yeah. What did you think, man?
Dude, honestly, just like last season, bro, it's been fucking full steam ahead. And you know what? I've been all fucking for it. All for it.
Yeah.
Like, like, I haven't felt like there were any fillery episodes. I haven't felt like there were anything, like, that was super duper lackluster. There are some things that I kind of don't remember, but it's been a while since I read the comics, as opposed to when you and I had discussed this for the very first time several years ago, you know, back when we were still with RGV Titans.
Yeah. Shout out to Fred.
Yeah. Fredward. You know, so like that's why I'm like, I really like need to reread all of this. Either that or, you know what, actually Comics Explained actually finally did a whole thing on the entire Invincible like story. So I'm actually probably dude. So I'm actually probably gonna go watch like all of that. Dude, it's like 5 hours.
Mm-hmm. So what'd you think of this past episode, man?
It was good, man. You know, like for the people who don't know, you know, like for the people who like aren't aware and stuff like that, this is where, you know, like where Mark talks to his dad for the first time in a while. You know, and this is like the first time that like they're really getting to like speak since everything had happened. And it very much like how it went in the anime. It's pretty yeah, it's pretty much how it went in the comics.
Yeah, almost 1 for 1, man.
Yeah.
What are your pros and cons for this episode?
Pros is that it was still very, 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 very true to the source material. Cons, I didn't feel a need to change the fact that some of the people didn't, like, one, weren't there, and two, didn't look like how they did in the comic book. Yeah, like Lucan is yoked the whole time. In this one, they made him some fat black old dude. You know, like he's like heavy, and I'm like, bro, like Viltrumites aren't fat. Like that's like their whole thing. Yeah.
I kind of feel like they were probably trying to think about going with like a Thor in God of War kind of body build.
I guess.
But that's not a Viltrumite to me. That's not what the Viltrumites are built.
Yeah,
like.
He's a perfect specimen. You know, like
specimen dudes. Yeah, it's a good way to put it. For me, you know what the only con is when it comes to this series right now is I think since it's episodic and it's done in like a time limit, it's going to be very, very hard to portray the way the fight scenes go, because sometimes I feel like they're kind of rushed. in certain parts. Because the thing is so in this story, Omni-Man deals with Lucan very quick. Then he goes on to the next guy, and they have a good slobber knocker, and Nolan takes him out pretty well. And then Mark fights the female, which he has a little bit of trouble with, and then he starts not holding back and gets the upper hand. And he like the tables turn very well on the bad guys. And then all of a sudden, you see Lucan come back, and he catches Nolan not paying attention and fucks him up and takes him down, right?
Yeah.
But that was the thing. Like, he only got him because he wasn't paying attention. Where it kind of, to me, takes away from the aspect of there wasn't an upper hand. Like, Nolan wasn't just stronger than him by accident, by nature.
No. He was straight stronger than these dudes.
Yeah, you felt it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, to me, it was one of those things. Like, I was like, well, in the comics, it's not really like that. Like, he's not really stronger than him. He strategically has to beat them correctly, and he sacrifices parts of his body. Like,
well, in the comic books, like, it's known, like, Nolan is a fucking powerhouse.
Yeah, he's a powerhouse because he's older.
Not just because, like, he's Omni-Man, but like if Omni-Man fought Conquest, for the people who know the comics.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think he would have no-diffed Conquest, but dude, it would have definitely been like a mid-diff, like, on Conquest.
Yeah, it's like 80 to 70%, right?
Like, he's gonna win, but like it's gonna be like
his A game.
Yeah, you gotta be on it, because like Conquest ain't no slouch neither. But like, yes, he is physically stronger than Conquest. The only person that he was never physically stronger than was Thrag.
Yeah, Thrag.
And
because he's up there with Thrag. He was. That's because, like, I don't want to give any spoilers, but
we're not gonna give any spoilers. Yeah, but there's obviously more to it than that.
Yeah, that's because of who he is.
Yeah, but like Thrag was the strategic one. Thrag was the person that, like, if I'm gonna fight you, I'm gonna beat you at, like, I'm gonna beat you to weakness, and then I'm gonna kill you. Yeah, because that even goes with the fact of, like, when there's only like 36 or 37 Viltrumites left, and he's like, oh, I just 50.
told him to come to Earth. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's like that. He literally, like, from one day to the next, dude, they were fucking battling, dude, the day before, and then all of a sudden, like, Alan the alien tells fucking Mark, like, oh, Earth is being attacked by the Viltrumites, and they're like, we got to get there right now, and they get in a ship and they take off, and they get there, and Earth's cool, nothing's happening, and then Thrag just pops up out of nowhere, and he's like, yeah, we're here, dude, but we don't want war. It's like, kind of like, we're just, kind of tired because there's like only 37 of us or whatever. That shit's wild. That's when shit pops off. Like, a lot of people, like, that was the crazy part. Like, so shout out to Rob, Biggie, guy in the comment section, our boy Rob Flores, hits us up. We have a group chat that we all chat together and talk nerd shit during the week, so that way we don't get tired and we're always around each other. Hits us up and says, damn, this was the most action-packed episode. I've never seen anything like it. It's super grotesque and it's crazy. Like, it's wild, it's brutal. And in my mind, I'm like, this shit's nothing, dude. Like, just the fight between Thrag and Beast, or you look at Conquest and Mark.
Dude, that second fight between Conquest and Invincible.
Or you look at a Nissan Mark. You look at a Nissan Mark, just the fucking sheer trauma from it.
Yo, bro, we don't talk about that, dude.
Yeah,
yeah. That's just the Vince McMahon meme, dude. The Vince McMahon meme.
Like, this is nothing compared to those parts.
Or even Dragon Thaddeus.
Yeah. Fuck, dude. I forgot about that. Like, to me,
that was easily one of the most brutal deaths, like, of the entire series.
Oh yeah,
because, like, it's just one of those where it's like, you know what? I've literally got nothing to lose now.
Yeah,
like, I'm done.
I can't wait for Thrag's character to come out.
Oh, dude, he's gonna come out, dude. He's gonna come out end of the season. I'll put money on it. Yeah.
Damn.
I'll put money on it because, like, the next episode isn't gonna come out till next year.
Till next year, right? I think the show is doing fantastic. If you guys haven't seen it,
You should.
Invincible is so worth it. It's on Prime Video. If you get an opportunity, there is a comic book. You can go to your local comic book shop, Kaboom Comics, and you can go out and get some of the omnibus or some of the old school comics and read up on it. If not, there's a bunch of YouTube channels that have it broken down in many different aspects. If not, you can have a whole 5 hour sit down or watch it in sections with comics explained. There's so many ways to get information about
Mr. Rob Jefferson himself.
Rob Jefferson himself. There's so many ways that you can get some really great information on this comic or this anime or movie or animated series, whichever you want to call it. It's so good, and they're doing it such justice. This is a this deserves awards, just like I believe Last of Us does.
Yeah.
You know, we always come on here, and there's always a weird backwards and forwards that we have about, you know, I'm a stickler for it, but how I believe people should stick to the continuity because it's what we're comfortable with and we love. And these stories that get put in the forefront, that when they come out and they do follow it almost one for one, that it just gets so much love and respect. I wish companies would understand that. And you know what? I do understand where the idea of being able to put creative input and creative organic input into characters and into stories and stuff, how that plays a factor into certain artists' way of being more renowned, right? Where they get the IP and they want to say, hey, well, you know what? I want to put a little bit of me in this IP because that's why you brought me here in the first place. But I don't know, man. Like going back, and I don't want to pick on it too much. The Marvels, right? You can go back to the director's resume and they don't have much. So when Marvel brought them on as the director, how do you feel, Trigger, right, on your own? If this person, knowing that they're not as big as this IP nor the character themselves, Captain Marvel, in fame or in solitude of honor amongst itself that it's created for itself, how would you feel if this person was like, well, you hired me, I'm going to put my own turn on it, rather than just giving us what we deserve from the character itself? Like, you're just filling the role of the director. Because that's what I feel like it should have been, is they should have sat the role of the director, maybe put in a little bit, but follow the course. Because that's what the character needs right now.
Dude, honestly, like, I really, really feel that it's kind of just one of those where it's like they're just, there's not enough love in it, dude. And that's kind of like what fucks me up. You know, like, you know, and like, don't get me wrong, dude. Like, I'm not the biggest Captain Marvel fan. As a matter of fact, I fucking hate Captain Marvel. But you know what, dude? Like Iman Vellani's like you know, introduction to cinema, you know, to the silver screen. Like, good for her for getting it, dude. Seriously, like she completely deserves it. But they didn't.
Some Myers.
Oh, dude, it was still a letdown.
Yeah, true that. And you know what? I think you hit it right on the button. I don't think it's getting enough love. I think,
and that's the problem.
Yeah, everybody that's been being brought into the Marvels after Infinity Wars has been me. It's about me. They asked me to do it, so I'm gonna come in and do it. And it's not about the way it was in the first 10 years where they were building it out of love and they were like, yo, we want it to be really great. Like, it was a whole other company before Infinity War.
Man, it was a whole other time.
That's crazy, isn't it? Like, we saw a complete change in film from that to this. And it's wild. You know what? It's real crazy because, like, I just mentioned this earlier on the show, which was everybody was talking about how women didn't have proper representation in film and in cinema these last several years or whatever. But the last 10 years of Marvel did an extremely awesome job on what they did with, like, Black Widow, Peggy Carter, Wanda, all of these characters.
You know, even She-Hulk to an extent.
Yeah, I mean, She-Hulk kind of got the shit end of the stick, but I feel like they just need a better director and writer,
I
like
agree.
someone who cares about it. Not, I mean, I get it. It's like we said earlier. It's like someone went in there, they gave them the opportunity, and they were like, me, 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 me. I want to do it about me. I don't want to do it about She-Hulk, even though the character is renowned and has been known for years and is a character that's way bigger in name than I am. But I want to make it about me. I want to make it about me. And it's like, hey, well, make it about She-Hulk. make it about her, please, because she deserves it.
Why?
Why? But yeah, man. Yeah, it's just super crazy, man. And like you said, what's it?
Yeah,
Iman Vellani. She's so awesome. I love that actress, and
Yeah, dude. Seriously.
she even made the greatest response. Again, I think people have the right to speak about it because the Marvels. I'll agree with them. It wasn't great. And Aman Vellani was approached and asked, like, how do you feel about the haters that are talking about this movie doing bad? And she goes, well, that's not on me. That's on Bob Iger. Like, that's his responsibility to make it better. I'm just
Well,
here to
even
have
then,
fun.
like even then, dude, like one of her like exact responses was like, I mean, like, let him hate, dude. Like, I had fun making the movie, and I liked what I put out, so eat dicks. And so I
Oh
was
yeah,
kind of
of
just
course.
like, and so that like I was kind of just like, hey man, like, if you truly feel like that,
Yeah, I mean, she ain't wrong.
sick, dude. Like,
Yeah.
if that is how you feel about what you put out, fucking great, dude.
Yeah,
Because then like I have nothing else to say past that, because you know what, like, yeah, like you liked what you put out, and now I know that like you at least gave a fuck enough about like what you were doing to be in that like position and be like, okay, like,
and she was the best part of it.
yeah, oh yeah, absolutely,
Flat out the best part of the film.
yeah.
Easily the best part. But yeah, so Triggs, what would you give this week's episode of Invincible?
Oh,
And
solid 8 out of 10. Solid 8 out of 10.
Recommended?
Absolutely. All day, every day.
Highly recommended, guys. Make sure you go check it out. Prime Video, Amazon. If you guys have it, go check it out. If not, fire stick that bitch. It's super worth it. Triggs, what do we got coming up this week, man?
Fuck, dude. What do we have coming up this week?
What do we got? We got back to training for me, getting my guys back on the bin, making sure we're ready for early 2024. Yeah, and we just had a really good Thanksgiving, man. Now we got, oh, you know what? As a matter of fact, now that I got you here and all the people that are on there, what are some good gift ideas that you're thinking about this year? Like in general, I'm not talking about like you're looking at a specific person, but like, what do you think are some really good gift ideas for Christmas is coming up? Do gift cards still work?
Honestly, dude, I think so. But like, here's also like the thing, man. Like, and you know, like, I'm a horrible gift giver. I'll say this right now.
I would assume
like,
everyone believes that they're really bad at it, even though they're really good. Because getting a gift is just the most perfect thing in the world, ain't it?
yeah, but I'm like legitimately a shit gift giver. I'll give you like an avocado and be like,
Oh,
like,
tattoo gift cards.
yeah, I hope you like it.
That's cool. I don't even know. Do tattoo shops give gift cards?
I'm sure they like you. I mean, dude, honestly, with that, I would just say pay their deposit.
The deposit for the tattoo?
Yeah, pay their deposit. Like,
Yeah,
for the
'cause
people,
tattoos
like
can
for
be
the
pricey, though.
yeah, exactly, man. Like, fucking go pay someone's deposit for their tattoo and let them fucking, you know, like, hey man, this is for for so and so's like deposit, blah blah blah. You know, like, get them set up.
That's awesome. That's awesome. John says gift cards always work. John, where would you say your top three, let's say three gift cards would be from? Like, what would be your top places for a gift card? And what would be the amount that would be a great gift? Like, I mean, any amount would be good. If someone gave you like a $20 gift card, you know what I mean?
All of it.
You like $100 gift card to Taco Bell, you know what I mean? Like,
all of it.
It's you eating for the whole year, dude.
Every single dollar
fucking
of it.
Day, dude. Eating tacos. Yeah. Triggs, what about you? What would be your best three places that you could get a gift card from?
Steam.
Oh man. Cyber Monday's coming up tomorrow, ain't it?
Yeah. Steam.
Damn. So Steam is a video game library,
Yeah.
and if you guys are into PC video games, you can get a lot of video games. That's like where all the video games come through.
Uh, Best Buy and
Best Buy.
fuck it, dude.
GameStop.
Give me one to like Total Wine, bro.
Yo, anybody in the Valley, where's the last GameStop here? If not, John put GameStop, but where is it in Corpus? If you can remember where it's at, give us an address so that way people can know.
Shit,
HEB
dude.
gift card, a grocery store? I mean, so you
Fuck it,
can't
dude.
go wrong. with
Yeah, dude.
groceries.
Everyone
Right
needs
now,
groceries.
groceries are expensive, dude.
Yeah, dude.
There was
Everybody
a Black
needs
Friday
groceries.
styles on steak and food and shit yesterday, man. And Myers says liquor store gift card. Of course he would. That's super funny. Fucking gas card, dude.
Dude,
That's
for
when you know
real.
times are rough, dude.
Yeah, dude, for real.
You know what I mean? That's when you know times are rough. Is that when people consider, which is nothing bad, grocery stores and gift cards like gifts, like, you know what I mean? Gift from God. Fucking, hey, here's a gift card for your fucking electric bill and water bill and shit. Like,
Yeah,
geez, dude. That's rough, man. That's rough. More Plaza
Welcome,
and in Portland.
welcome to the world we live in,
Corpus
dude.
Christi. There you go, guys. So if you need a GameStop and you're in the Corpus area, More Plaza and in Portland, which is right 20 minutes from Corpus Christi. Thank you, John. My man. John Castillo. Yeah, I would say, okay, now with that, now that we have an understanding that gift cards work and they're great, as a receiver, not as the giver, because I know as a giver, you guys are one going to give because you guys are all beautiful people. What would be an ideal price for a gift card? The reason why I say that is so that way we get a generalized idea in our head. So when we want to give a gift, we want to give a proper gift and be like, oh, okay, like that's what people would associate as a good amount. What would be your ideal amount to receive, not to give? Because I know if you were to give, you'd give hundreds of dollars, because that's the way I would be. I'd fucking give you a gift card like $1 million, bro. That's the way I am. But what would be the idea that you would want to receive for, let's say, like a Best Buy card or an Amazon gift card or even a HEB gift card?
Dude, that kind of depends. That for me, that would depend on my relationship to the person. Like,
Okay.
like if it's my wife, dude, then like, yeah, bro, like
Everything.
yeah, all of it. I want all of it. But like, dude, if it's like one of my bar regulars, like, dude, $20. Thanks.
20, okay, 20, 25. I'm seeing that around the comment section. 25 to 50. No more than 50. Okay. I mean, you could. I'm not saying that you shouldn't, but no more than 50. But that's because we're receiving. We're not wanting to be a hassle on people. So you see, that's a good idea. For those of you that are having trouble or do have trouble with getting gifts for people. Oh man, my fucking throat. You at least now know a $25 to $50 gift card from any of these places is more than enough as a beautiful gift for Christmas. And that's the thing. Like Trigger said it earlier. I consider myself the same way. I'm really bad at getting people specific gifts. So like if I ever was in a relationship and had to find a ring, I would fuck it all up. I would pick all the rings that I think are pretty and pick the one that I don't, and then I'd probably blew in.
So yeah, dude, that's like I said, that's just me, and like my head canon, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's just like one of those things where it's like, yeah, dude, like it really, really just depends on like my relationship to the person.
Excellent. But that's a good range, right? So
Yeah.
being that if it's a person that you're not really familiar with and you're kind of okay with, $25. And then if
Yeah,
it's
man,
someone that
like
you
I
really,
said,
really
dude,
care
like
about-
yeah, man, like if it's one of my fucking bar regulars, dude, like bro, don't break the bank. Like
yeah. Don't break the bank. You understand money's valuable and you want them to be okay. You don't want them spending money egregiously and whatnot. But like I said, for us that are the gift givers and us that want to get something good for people and we're confused, always remember right then and there, a great gift for someone that's coming up for Christmas would be a great card, a gift card for at least $25 to $50.
Yeah.
Next week we'll come in and we'll talk about great gifts for the anime, comic book, and video game lovers. We'll start popping up some great ideas and great gifts that are coming out, so that way you can get some cool shit for people.
A gift card to Kaboom Comics.
Hell yeah, man. Gift card, Kaboom Comics, a gift card to Whataburger, dude. Who would not in Texas love a Whataburger gift card?
Dude, dead ass.
$50. That's 4 burgers practically.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's like almost a week of food, man. So
You
Triggs,
try.
oh yeah, if you at least get a number one. If you like if you get
Yeah.
a fucking legacy burger, no, you can't get that. It's
Yeah.
too much. $40 one of those burgers by itself.
Yeah, bro. Chill out.
Chill. Honey, don't get the milkshake. Chill out, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, cheese, what are you doing, girl? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Breaking the bank. Breakfast for a week. That's awesome, dude. Well, guys, I hope you have an amazing week, Triggs. I want to say thank you for being on the show this week, man.
Of course, brother.
I want to say thank you to all our extraordinary listeners. You guys are amazing. Thank you for joining us again on this Sunday. And we hope that you're enjoying these Sundays with us. And it's a little different from Friday. I know it feels like a long time to wait. It kind of gets me when Fridays come along and I'm just like, dude, I feel antsy because I don't know what to do. But when Sunday comes along, I have such a great time, and I appreciate every one of you guys. I want to say have a great week. You too, Elizabeth. We hope you have a great week also. Have an amazing, awesome week, and we hope you have a good time and work goes smooth, and we'll see you guys again here next Sunday on the Average Boys podcast. We appreciate every one of you. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, send us out to all your friends. Let them know that there is a place to meet for all your nerdy needs on Sunday nights with the Average Boys here. And don't forget, we have Spotify, iTunes, Google, YouTube, anywhere you look for your podcasts, anywhere you look for entertainment, we're there. Guys, we want to say thank you very much, and we'll see you guys again here next Sunday, the Average Boys podcast. Peace.